Hello friends, today's video is the aftermath of Charlie Kirk passing. Let's rant.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
I've interviewed Charlie Kirk several times over the last few years. He was very much larger than life, and he died this week doing the thing that he perhaps was most famous for, engaging in political debate on college campuses.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Before Donald Trump has entered the scene politically, and long before MAGA, he formed Turning Point USA, which is now huge. The organization says it has chapters all around the country. He was, without question, one of the largest influencers in the right-wing space and in general in politics. I would argue that Charlie Kirk was as influential, if not more, than Elon Musk in terms of who helped get Donald Trump elected, because he was really good at getting out the youth vote. People didn't always agree with Charlie Kirk.
If you disagree, you guys can work your way up, and yes, hello.
But I think part of his political messaging genius was understanding that you don't actually want total agreement on a topic. You want people in your replies to be angry about what you're saying because it actually generates more engagement.
You are advocating for the rights of something that is not technically a life.
And that set him apart for many years from other people on the right who kind of operated in a silo of like-minded voices. Kirk starts experimenting with debate formats. He starts actually sitting down face-to-face with college students and letting them challenge him and to, as he calls it, prove me wrong. Kirk's rhetoric tells us a lot about where we are in this country right now.
How we doing, Washington State? This is quite a turnout.
People come out to cheer him, but you also see it draw a lot of people who believe quite the opposite and found his rhetoric offensive.
So we should shut off Muslim immigration to the UK, right? We totally agree.
I think that all religious fundamentalism is bad, and if you take that logic, we should also not allow evangelical Christians into the UK either.
Hold on a second.
He had very strong stances on immigration.
Illegals are taking over schools.
About Muslims.
I think the Jews in this audience wouldn't trust Muslims to govern them.
About women.
Be a godly woman who is willing to submit to a husband under the covering of Almighty God.
I think it's a remarkable thing about Kirk's legacy is going to be that people can watch videos of him having these debates and, depending on where they come from, walk away with totally different impressions of what was happening. And it speaks to America right now because both sides of the political aisle seem very eager to embrace that kind of polarization.
Get down.
We would like to think that when this kind of terrible thing happens, it could bring the country together, but unfortunately things seem more polarized now than they were a couple days ago.
It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
I work for a security company and I'm in charge of operations and risk assessments. So just to see the security flaws in Charlie Kirk's security team is mind-boggling. Number one, the crowd is way too close to Charlie Kirk. They need to go back at least 5 to 10 meters. Number two, the tent is stationed around the crowd, right? So it's like a Roman theatre where you have the theatre in the middle and surrounding the theatre, not the back, but surrounding the theatre, sort of like a 180 degree, you have people. And that's exact. So basically, Charlie Kirk was exposed from 3 areas, which is the 2 sides and the front. And for you to not have bulletproof glass which would have cost you a maximum of $85,000 to have. And we're talking about a good quality, installation included, thick, bulletproof glass is just mind-boggling. This is the exact moment where he was actually unalived. And as you can see, there are 5 bodyguards, and there were more. But in this picture, I could only see 5. Now, the security guards are great for monitoring and controlling crowds. But even for the amount of people that are there, he needed more security physically. We're not talking about the bulletproof glass, we're talking about man guarding. And to not see that is, again, it's a major security flaw. In my opinion, I would not want to take this contract, because if for example, Charlie Kirk's team said, no, you know, bulletproof glass is a little bit too expensive, which I doubt that they did, because he's a multi-millionaire, he runs a multi-million organization. But if they did, I would not take that contract, because this is a risk. This is an individual that is controversial. He has a lot of people that love him, but likewise, he has a lot of people that hate him. He gets death threats on a regular basis. I would not take the contract. I would not risk it, because what's going to happen now, if this was a security company, I've done some research, I couldn't really find what the security company was called, who they are, but if it is a security company, then in my opinion, they are finished. They will go bankrupt. They're going to get sued, because this was a major security flaw. Like I said, not only is the crowd too close, but number one, no bulletproof glass is crazy.
2 days after Charlie Kirk's assassination, the suspect has been identified as Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old Utah resident. Here's what we know so far. Robinson was arrested Thursday night in southern Utah after allegedly confessing to his father. His father, a law enforcement veteran, reportedly alerted authorities and helped secure his son before officers took him into custody. Robinson was a student at Utah Valley University, insiders told Daily Mail. He lived in Washington, Utah, about 260 miles south of the assassination site in Orem. A 2017 photo from his mother's social media shows him dressed as Donald Trump for Halloween. His motive remains unclear.
Tough world we live in. Prayers goes out to the family of his. Be safe out there, and comment down below and tell me what you think about this video.